Hi, hello viewers. Welcome. This is Shan. Welcome to the channel Fashion Designer Network Arena, FDNA. This channel is all about designers located in different parts of the world are going to share their views, thoughts and the processes what they do in fashion industry. So let's get into this episode. This episode we're gonna see what are the key skills that are in need to become a successful designer. And I hope the next few minutes will be a very informative session for the new designers who are budding in the fashion industry. And now let's get into it. So as discussed, we're gonna see what are the key skills that are in need to become a successful designer. Okay, so basic skill is like you have to know about the sewing, garment making, all these processes. At least even if you do not know to stitch, but you have to know the basic principle of sewing. And the next thing is the principle of pattern making. That is like when you see a garment, you must be able to understand the pattern constructions and all this thing. And the next thing is about the chemical dyes. Basic textile chemistry is what you need to know about. And the next thing is the fashion market segment has three categories. The first thing what we're going to discuss about is mass. The mass is nothing but where your customer is also in huge volume and the garment what you have designed will also be produced in huge volumes, like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 pieces. For example, you can take Walmart, Primark, things. They are all having a huge number of stores and pricing is also economic, and the consuming customers also in a huge volume. This is what I call it as mass segment of the fashion market. The next segment is medium segment. The medium segment is nothing but where the product what you have designed will be very exclusive and it will be priced on a medium segment, whereas the customers also will be in a medium level, like comparatively less than the mass customers. For example, you can take Adidas, Reebok, Puma. People are very brand conscious. They buy those garments just for the branding and the performance. So in this category where the price of the product is also high, so there will not be a huge a mass level of people will not be following this. Only particular people who like the brand, who follow the brand will buy this. Premium segment, simply to say, this is all high level. Boutique is again one category, like customized designer wear. And the next category is like very top class brands like Prada, Gucci, and all these brands will have very few selected customers because they are all very premium people where the garments are also priced in a high level. This is the three segments where you can see the next slide. It is clearly mentioned in a pyramid structure. The premium sector will have a few customers and the products also very premium, and because it is also priced high where only very few people will like it and buy it. So these are the three segments. So now you can set your mind accordingly. Now you can think of this pyramid which area you are going to work. Are you going to work in medium? Are you going to work in the mass market or in the premium market? This is the three segments that you can keep in mind. So now, considering all these basic factors, now let us go little inside about the designing aspects or designing factors that has to be considered while designing. Okay, so wherever it is, either it is mass or medium or premium, now the designer has to understand the customer need. If you are designing a product, you must be able to understand the needs of a customer and their age category and their profession and their lifestyle, the area where it's going to hit the market. Everything you have to consider before assigning, before you enter into a project. And here comes like few examples I can give you. For example, when you are designing something, when you're designing an AOP, all over print design, and you have to consider if it is for a mass design, the mass market, where you will have very tight price, so you cannot go for a exclusive design. Like for example, you can go for two-way printing where the cutting people can cut the particular pattern in both the ways. They can use the lay or the fabric in a very efficient and effective way. But whereas when you are designing for a premium range, you can play a lot, you can play any design, and because you have good pricing there, you can do a lot. I think, hope you understand what I'm trying to say in terms of this two-way design and one-way design. Because the designing matters, the costing matters in all the product. If you have good costing or good budget of the for the product, you can play well. You have very economic and very tight price, and then you have to consider everything before designing. And the next thing is quality of the fashion. Quality of the fashion is, it is not only the quality of the garment, but also the trend, the following the trend. If you're designing for a premium range of product, then you'll have to consider what's happening in the market, and what is the trend, what is the color trend. Either you're designing for a summer or winter or any particular festive time. So all the aspects, so you have to completely follow the whole world trend, the global trend, and then you'll have to come up with something new. And the next thing is the fashion research. At present, whatever the products we are doing, it has to be new in the market. So as a designer, you have to analyze all those things. You must be a good learner to learn things what are happening in the market. Either it can be a new fiber, nor it can be a new fabric knitting, or it can be a new chemical finish, surface embellishments like print and embroidery. So you have to get it updated then and there what's happening in the market, so that you will have a good insight about the same, and whatever you're designing will also be a trendy design when it comes out. The next main point is USP, because whenever you're doing something, if it is really new from other people, and definitely it's going to be a hot cake in the market. And color balancing, picking a right color and matching it with the right color combinations, and rhythm of colors, and the color theory is very, very important in the industry. And obviously about the softwares, there are basic 3 softwares which are very, very mandatory, like Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and CorelDRAW. As Photoshop is more into photo editing. As a graphic designer, will be in more use of Photoshop. And Illustrator and CorelDRAW, they are all vector based, where you can draw and fill colors. And apart from this, all the softwares, the world is moving very fast, and now there's a software called CLO, CLO, which is a Korean based software. The software is very interactive, comparing with Illustrator, Photoshop and CorelDRAW, and where those softwares are all 2D softwares, and the one which we are going to discuss about, the CLO, is 3D Stimulator, which is a 3D software where you can draw a pattern, and you can join the pattern, and you can get the CAD in a 3D effect, where you can view all the 360 degree of the garment. And also you can drape the same garment to a model. You can choose the model, and you can drape the garment to the model, and you can see the view of the garment, how it is being worn by the model. And also you can animate the model to walk on the ramp and see the falling and drape, and it is physical changes based on the GSM of the fabric. This is a completely advanced software which saves a lot of sampling time. It is very easy to understand for your buyer about the garment style, color, and the fabric what you have used, and how the fabric drapes on the body. Everything has been clear. So this is a amazing software which is currently boom in the fashion industry. It is really an added advantage for you to learn all this before you get into the industry. I hope I have covered in deep about the key skills which are in need to become a good successful designer. In the coming episodes, we will be discussing about the individual departments, individual categories, and individual. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and for more videos you have to subscribe the channel, and kindly comment and like. If you want any related relevant topics to be discussed in this channel, kindly put it in the comment box so that we can discuss on the same.